Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Aaron Guyette with Living.Fit. I am the master coach of battle ropes and I'm the education director. And today we're going to do the exercise demo. We're going to demo outside circles. So, having a look. All right, that's a fairly tightened up version, easy version of the outside circle. It's also our challenge of the week this week. If you're tuning in live right now or you're just watching this within a couple of days from when I actually filmed this. So let's first actually go over the setup. So I'm gonna actually carry you guys over here. And so obviously I've doubled my rope. And then if you have a look right here, all I do is I attach my rope to a strap, and then that strap is actually attached to a carabiner. I clip that on like a heavy bag or pack or something like that. You could also wrap it around a couple of kettlebells. Obviously, the heavier the kettlebell, the better. If you go lighter, then those kettlebells could move around, right? Or you could just get a couple sandbags. So there's actually a sandbag inside of that pack right there. But a heavy sandbag works really well also. So, and if that heavy sandbag isn't heavy enough, you could just double it up. If you are curious as to how to figure out how to make a sandbag, whether it's a pig egg sandbag like the one I threw in that pack, or just a sandbag to tie down your rope or your rope anchor or your strap for your rope anchor, I've actually got a bunch of videos, how-to videos, frequently asked questions, and benefits of battle ropes on the free level 1 continuing education on Living.Fit. So you can check that out. Plethora, a myriad, a cornucopia, if you will, of information. Right, so back to the outside circle. Obviously that's how I'm setting it up. It's a double rope because it's a symmetrical and bilateral exercise. Both sides of my body are doing sort of the opposite thing or the same thing at the same time, right? I'm moving both sides at the same time, and it's symmetrical. So when my hands come in, right, when my right hand comes in, my left hand comes in. When my left hand goes up, my right hand goes up and out, and so on and so forth, right? Very similar to vertical wave, right? Also similar to the lateral wave. Right, they're just kind of following each other in both of those, whereas they're mirroring each other. And the beauty of that is I actually get to work my pecs, right? I get to work my traps, I get to work my shoulders, and I get to work all of my scapular, and lat, or upper back muscles. So if you think about that just from an aesthetics standpoint, I'm gonna work my upper body really well. The other muscles that get benefit out of this are the bicep, tricep, of course, and my forearm because of grip, right? So the further I come back, the easier this is, and also the more tension I create for my upper back. My upper back has to now fight against the tension that I'm creating, and if I create too much tension, I actually limit my movement, and it puts my shoulder at risk. So we want to at least take a half a step forward and produce our outside circles from there. So, and you're going to feel friction, you're going to feel resistance, you're going to feel tension. Now, what is that? So a little bit of it is gravity, but most of it is I'm actually feeling the resistance of the mass of this rope as I'm creating those outside circles. So the beauty is, as I come in, I feel the resistance of the rope. As I go up, I feel the resistance of the rope. As I go out, I feel the resistance of the rope. And as I come down and back in, I feel the resistance of the rope. So it would be like a headwind if I was running. So running, normally, I'm just gonna feel gravity in the ground. That's gonna be my resistance. That's what I'm gonna feel. That's what's gonna make me stronger. That's what's gonna produce force so that my body has to adapt and become either faster or more efficient at that movement pattern, right? Or stronger with that movement. Now, if I encountered a 80 mile an hour or 40 mile an hour headwind, I'm actually gonna feel more force coming at my body than I'm gonna feel gravity coming down. And that's exactly what's happening with the rope. And the beauty of that is what it does is it creates a concentric only exercise. So anytime we do waves, vertical, lateral, circular, whatever it might be, we're actually we only feel concentric, or we only have concentric contraction. Where there is no eccentric part of the movement. So the beauty of that is actually it reduces delayed onset muscle soreness. I'm not going to feel as much soreness. I'm not going to have as much tissue damage, right? So it's going to be easier for me to recover, and I'm going to still be able to increase my force production, increase my power output. And I say force production, and then I say power output, because those two things are different, right? Force production, force is mass times acceleration. So my mass times acceleration production. Whereas power output, now I've got distance involved, and that distance in a certain period of time. So as we continue forward,